So, Gretchen, you're more mad at Katie for repeating what you absolutely said about the naked wasted night. You're more mad at her than the person who actually tried to get you naked wasted. And Katie, when you lie down with dogs, you get fleas.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right, welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I'm Asia Esterak. Okay, The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 19, Episode 9. This episode was just riddled with hypocrisy, riddled with it. Anyway, so we open with Gretchen and Emily at this testosterone clinic. So we get there and they're basically talking about Katie failing all the lie detector tests and Gretchen talking about how, well, I don't want to be around her. I definitely don't want to be around her anymore after that. This scene killed me because they sit there, they talk about how shitty Katie is, and Gretchen, you're mad at her. Your whole reasoning for being mad at Katie is because she repeated some shit that you absolutely said. And we later find out in the episode that it was orchestrated and goes deeper than that. I 1000% believe Katie. Katie, it's a shame because I think you're not lying. You ain't lying. Homegirl lied on screen a few times. Um, this is crazy. So they talk about that. They're basically excluding her, which is super fucked up. Um, and I guess Jen invited everyone to this beach day that's happening later on in the episode. Okay. So we get to that. We go there. Gretchen, you are a fool. You're an idiot. And you further display your foolishness at the end of this episode. Everything that's coming to you with Tamra, girl, you deserve all that. All of it. Anyway, so next scene, so Jen and Katie meet. They sit down to talk about what happened. I felt bad for Katie in this scene. I really did, because you could tell that she really likes Jen as a person. I mean, she was crying when her voice cracked. I was like, I feel bad for you, girl, but you lay down with dogs, you gonna get fleas. So anyway, in this scene, they're talking about what happened. Jen, the way Jen was talking to her, like, I just all these stories and you keep including me. Now I'll give her that. Whenever Katie was in a jam, she would do the whole um well, Jen was there. Jen can vouch for it. I don't like when people do that because you're including me on your lie and you're putting me in a position, you're putting me on the spot. It sucks. I understand that, but you probably should have communicated with her that's how you were feeling, because she put you in that situation multiple times. So it's the irony that you will wait till now for all this to, go tits up. But so Katie tells her that she looked up those lie detector folks and that they're hired hands, they're actors, and blah blah blah. If you know anything about the entertainment world, and I was glad that they had Heather in her confessionals talking about, well, my husband's a real doctor and he's on TV. Katie, I think you were reaching for that, but I'll say this: there was something off with the lie detector stuff. Because how is it that Tamara passed some of the ones that she was asked, Gretchen, but Katie passed none? It felt biased to me. I said that in my last review and I'm sticking to it. Um, they set you up, Katie. You got set up. You got played. You got played. And I feel bad for you. But again, you came in on some bullshit. And these ladies continue to perpetuate it because you came in like that. When you're in war, and I know that's an extreme example, but in war, you don't get to dictate how the people come at you. And here's what really sucks: you're the only Asian chick in a group full of white ladies. So as soon as you screw up, they're gonna hold your feet to the fire even more. It's bullshit. It sucks. But that's how this group is. They've been like this whole time. It's not an excuse. It's just it's fucked up. But don't worry about it, Katie. Don't worry about it, because that's just gonna implode anyway. So anyway, Katie, they don't have a meeting of the minds. Basically, Jen is like, I'm not messing with you. I feel like you're lying about everything. And Katie, of course, is denying it. And so at one point, Katie's like, "Well, you can just go." I fell out when Jen goes, "Well, I guess you can just, update me on whatever." And Katie's like, "No." Yeah, like, girl, bye. Bye. Bye bye. And the reality is, Jen, you get Helen Keller. You turn into whole Helen Keller when the shit gets tough. Because you did it with your dude and you're doing it with your friend. Anyway, my thing is, I would after the shit that Katie did with Shannon and filming her and sending that shit to Alexis, I would have stopped fucking with her then. I would have cut shit off then. I wouldn't have waited to know lie detector test to confirm what I already saw with my own two eyes. But okay. So anyway, we have a little scene with Emily and Gina talking about Shane and Luke and their son Luke. And Luke kept calling her. I know he's autistic and all that, and they're going through it. But him blowing up your phone like that and being nasty to his mom, um, nothing like a little ass whooping to get it together. Like a little like you autistic, but you're not a fool, baby. Like quit calling mom. That was crazy. Um, that was quick. We actually learned later on. We meet up with Gina and her. Actually, you know what? I'm skipping. So we get to Heather, Tamra, and Jen sit down at lunch. Again, hypocrisy. So those three sit down, and Jen and Tamra start talking, and Jen's stupid ass, I guess, sort of forgives Tamra in this scene, and they kind of make up again. So Tamra has done way more than Katie could possibly ever do at this point because of the length of time she's been on the show. But y'all want to outcast Katie, but Tamra's okay. Jen, Tamra went on national TV accusing your dude of being watched by the FBI, all types of salacious, defamatory shit. But you don't want to be friends with Katie. Okay. So them watching this scene with her and Tamara was ridiculous. And Tamara, this is your old play. This is what you do. You sit down. I love you. I care about you. Girl, shut up. Shut up. This whole episode. That's why I can't wait when they show that mid-season trailer at the end, all the bullshit. Good. I hope all of y'all implode because this is really Katie, you wrong too. But I really feel bad for how they're doing you because I feel like the punishment doesn't fit the crime. At the end of the day, all of y'all lie and bullshit and talk shit about each other, talk to paparazzi, talk to bloggers. It is what it is. But for some reason, when it's Katie, it's a bad thing. And I think we know why. Okay, so we get to Gina. We find out that Gina ex-husband Matt had a heart attack, so she's meeting up with his I don't know, are they married? Him and Britt? I think they're married. I like that they have a good cohesive relationship. That was cool. We barely saw Shannon this season or this episode, which kind of bugged me because I actually really like Shannon. So I was like, where's Shannon at? She was towards the end. So they're getting ready for beach day. Before we get to beach day, we go over to Katie and her husband at the house. This was an interesting scene because in this scene, Katie's husband reveals that Slade Slade and Gretchen were working overtime to get ahead of the story of the shit they were talking about Tamra at that table with the whole naked wasted, going to the hospital, finding stuff in her toxicology report, the whole nine. Gretchen, you said all that shit. I don't think Katie would just pull that shit out of her ass. How could she? Not that. Come on. And I don't understand why you're lying about it. We watched her do the whole naked wasting thing on TV. I said this last week. So why is it weird to think that you would go to the hospital and they would find shit? Is it because you don't want to go to war with Tamara because you're back on the show? None of the shit makes sense. It's very petty and it's very obvious you haven't gotten over anything. So in this scene, it's revealed that Katie and her husband are like, we've been hanging out with them and they basically were trying to get us to hate Tamara as well. And the whole thing with having three-way conversations with Katie's husband, I think his name is Matt as well. Matt, uh, Jen's dude, Ryan, and Slade. So it's giving Slade and Gretchen orchestrated this, and then when the shit got too thick, they threw everybody out. They threw Katie under the bus. They cast them asunder. That's what they did. So we know in this scene, we already know what it is. I know what it is. I think Stevie Wonder knows what it is. Anyway, Ray Charles knows what it is. Anyway, so Gretchen, that's just gonna come back to bite you because karma's a bitch. So we get to this beach day. I'm gonna skip through all the pleasantries. We get to the beach day. Everyone is invited except for Katie. They all show up. Why Tamara come with Joe? Tamara arrives with Joe, which is Slade's ex, which is the reason he's even relevant to this show. And Joe was friends with Gretchen, and that's how she met Slade. Blah 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 blah. Y'all can gloss over it all you want. The timelines cross. It is what it is. Um. So of course, Gretchen is feeling some type of way, like, why is she bringing Joe? And then Tamara in her confessional, Joe's my friend. Me and Tamara aren't, or me and Gretchen are friends. That right there, that right there. And of course, Shannon clocked it like, okay. Shannon reminded me of just an auntie at the table, like, okay. So in this scene, Tamara and Gretchen go to the side and basically make up. That shit was sickening to watch. It was sickening. Because Gretchen, you're full of shit. You are the biggest issue right now to me. You the biggest problem. It ain't Katie, it ain't even Tamara. It's yo ass. Because you're the one that brought this shit to the forefront. You threw your homegirl under the bus because you're trying to be cool with these ladies because you're back on this platform again, which you've probably been trying to get back on for years. So you don't want to screw it up. So I'm gonna play nice with Tamara to be on the show, but whatever. But the reality is, Tamara don't like you, and guess what, Gretchen? You don't like her either. Y'all are still bringing up issues from 2013. We are in 2025. It's 2025. So basically, when they're sitting down, they're still rehashing the same shit, but then they end up making up. And then at one point, they hug each other and they're frolicking in the sand. And the ladies are like, "Oh, they made up." And it's funny. Shannon in her confessional was like, "I've seen this. I've done it." And she goes, "I know that it's gonna fall apart." And she goes, "That's why I just keep, Shannon's smart. Shannon's like, I'm playing this smartly." And it's funny because Gretchen, you know this. You've known Tamara longer than Shannon's known Tamara. You know how Tamara gets down. You're an idiot. And the shit you did to Katie is going to come back to get your ass. The fact that you're even lying about that is really silly. Really, really silly. Um, so anyway, this was kind of the scene. It ends here. We had the mid-season trailer. Um, I think for them to just completely banish Katie from the group is absolutely ridiculous. Because if that's the case, Tamara should have been gone anyway. But that's life. Life ain't fair. It's imbalanced. I hope that Katie can find a way to work her way in. But I will say this, Katie, I hope that you're able to redeem yourself with this Gretchen Tamara bullshit at the reunion. I really do. And y'all ladies, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You over here holding homegirls' feet to the fire when all of you have done fuck shit at what point to each other. All right. Anyway, it's Friday. I'm so excited. I needed this. I'm getting my hair done this weekend. I got to get my nails done. Y'all don't need to know all that. Anyway, happy Friday, you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. And be nice to each other. Stay hydrated. And I'm going to go return these videotapes.